For WLCSports.com, I'm Matt Friedman, joined by Warriors head football coach Dennis Miller as we preview the Warriors' 2015 season and their upcoming opponent on Saturday when they begin the season at Lake Forest. First of all, Coach, coming off of the first NAC title in program history and all offseason, the motto for this team has been "We Better." And that's something that I wasn't quite sure what it meant, so I'd like you to explain to me, as well as the audience listening that isn't on the football team and doesn't know the meaning, what "We Better" means, the motto for your team this year.
You bet. We simply means it's all about us. Football is such a team game. It's not like if you have LeBron James, you can win an NBA championship. Even if you have Aaron Rodgers, you need a lot of other players to help you win. So football is a we sport, and so it's about us. It's about us, and then it's about us getting better all the time. It's about us being a better team. It's about us being a better teammate. It's about us getting better in all phases of the game, on and off the field. So we better was just a good way to say, okay, we were good last year. We tied for a conference championship, but we as a group need to get better to continue to improve.
And so obviously that's a part of the mentality for your team so far this season, but in camp so far, what have you seen from the way that the team is carrying themselves and the way they're approaching it? Does it feel different now coming off of the first NAC title in program history?
Yeah, I think it does. Our players have actually experienced getting pretty near the mountaintop in terms of winning the conference championship. We shared it last year, and our players were excited about that accomplishment, and therefore they have a lot of confidence coming into the year that the goal now is to improve on that and continue to be a better and better football team.
And Coach, you have an amazing 27 seniors this year. So, first of all, what does that mean as far as this year's football team and having all of that returning talent coming off of a share of the NAC title last year? And then second of all, what does it say about this program to have such a number of student athletes that you have retained throughout the 4 years?
Well, first of all, with 27 seniors, we have great leadership. These guys have been through the battles for a number of years. They've endured a lot of things that have put other players along the sidelines, and they've stayed with it. So we have great leadership throughout. We have it on both sides of the ball. We have it on special teams because there's somebody very old that's been around a long time. And then I think the thing that it says about our football team is it says a lot of positive things. I think they're having fun. I think they're experiencing success. They're finding value in it, and all those things are really positive. And the other thing that I think it does, it inspires our younger players when they look at that large senior class. It inspires them to do the same kind of thing, to hang in there, and good things are going to happen to them.
And Coach, now that you've been able to see the team in camp here for a couple of weeks, what are you seeing that's standing out as the strengths of this team, and where are you seeing areas for improvement?
Well, I think kind of continuing to answer the 27 senior question, we just have a lot of veterans. And so with a football team like this, you can get going fast and put in a lot of stuff, and they get it. They understand it. So I think certainly one of the strengths is just experience. It shows up in a lot of different ways. That's very positive. I don't look at any glaring weaknesses other than the fact that we haven't played a game yet. We need to get some game time under our belts, but there's not an area in the football team where I just am wringing my hands wondering what are we going to do about it. I think we just need to play some games and get our feet going underneath us and just get into the swing of things.
And Coach, before we sat down for the interview, you mentioned how there was no real live scrimmage this year. Typically you've played against Eau Claire or maybe an inter-squad scrimmage, but this year it didn't happen. So what are you expecting to see from that first game? What are some of the measurables that you're looking for through your own eyes as the team takes live hits and plays against somebody besides themselves for the first time?
Well, I think we'll have to be calm. I think the tendency is to get so excited about everything that you just kind of lose focus and your fundamentals go out the window and so on. So we're just going to have to calm down, realize it's first game and take it slow and get into the game a little bit and that sort of thing. Like you said, we didn't have a scrimmage, so some of the things that we're going to find out in this game, oftentimes we would have found out during a course of a scrimmage. So in addition to just calming down and things, we're going to have to also be able to make some adjustments as the game rolls along. But again, that's part of first games. First games are really unique because nobody really knows for sure what the other team's going to do.
And speaking of, your opponent on Saturday will be Lake Forest, a non-conference matchup. And last season at home at Robbie Stadium just fell short, 20-14. What do you know so far about Lake Forest? What are you expecting from your opponent on Saturday?
Well, they remind us of ourselves. Their programs are very similar. They've got a number of returning starters on both sides of the football. I think they're starting a new quarterback, and so I'm sure they're wanting to get his legs underneath them early in the game, and so on and so forth. But first games are the great unknown. You just really, you only have scouting reports from the year before and film from the year before, and so it doesn't take into consideration maybe freshmen that are making an impact or transfers or anything else. So I think teams that make the best adjustments in first games have the most success.
The Warriors will open the 2015 football season on Saturday at Lake Forest. For more details and to listen to the live audio broadcast, go to WLCsports.com.